Hello everybody, welcome to the next Fix Your City episode with me, Biffa. Thank you very much for joining me. If you would like your city fixed, check the pinned comment below. It tells you what you need to do. This city has been sent in by Jason. Jason, let me get your name here, Jason. Jason Blyde, the city of Portburg. And you are a new Cities Skyline player, so welcome to the fold. Very exciting to see what you've been doing with your city. Now, you said, let me just read what you said here, that you've spent a lot of time on this city. You were trying to make it as a one-tile city, but you have expanded slightly bigger, which we will see. But you've been struggling with your roads. Your road expansion has gone a bit awry. Now, we're going to have a look at this city. This is a brand new City Skyline player, so I would expect people to leave nice comments, encouraging comments about the city. Because not everybody is an expert like so many of my commenters seem to be when they look at other people's cities and complain and all sorts of things. But sometimes people start a brand new game and they're not experts. We've all been there. I've been there. I've got over 1,000 hours on City Skylines to get to sort of the level that I'm at. And even I would say I'm not an expert, for goodness sake. Let's take a look and let's see what we've got here. So you can see with your road network what you've done. You've got this little bit not connected up. And probably because you've got this connection coming in here. So you've got your highway coming in. It splits off. And then you've tried to sort of deal with it coming off with some roundabouts and things like that. And you've got traffic going on in here. It's all getting pretty chock-a-block. What have we got? 45%. I've had this city running for a few minutes. We need to work on some junctions, don't we? You've got these crossover roads here, which are good. So let traffic get there. But I can see where you've sort of expanded. And then you've sort of thought, oh, I need to add some roads in. What can I do? And that sort of thing. So we need to try and get you some good junctions. So what I'm thinking of doing, you've also got this connection here. Goes over the top right into the middle, which is good, helping people over. We'll probably leave that. You've got a nice little dam. Is that giving you anything? Costing you a lot of money with no outputs. But you're running pretty much vanilla. But you've said I could use Traffic Manager. We haven't said I can't use Traffic Manager. But I'm not sure we even need to necessarily use that straight away. But we can help with some of this. So your traffic I don't know what's going on here. Your traffic comes in. Do you know what we're going to do? Is we are going to, let's use the road picker. Pick that road. And we're going to get rid of those shops there. Because that ain't going to help, is it? There we go. And that means we don't need this electricity over here. You don't want shops right where they come into your city. And then they're coming off. And then they're literally coming straight off onto this highway here. Oh, actually, they're carrying on this highway here. Coming off there, and then they're hitting this area. So what I'm thinking of doing is something pretty drastic. Is I am going to... And then you've got your highway sort of looping around. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We are going to remove all of these sort of extra connecting roads that you've got. The ones that you said they're a bit of a mess. I don't know what's going on. We're going to remove all of those. So you've got your highway junction here. Let's just get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And then we're going to just take a look at your areas and see what we can do to make it better. So let's grab all of this around there. How did you all enjoy your weeks? Couple of weeks holiday? I know some kids were off for the Easter break. My Kiddly Winkies went back to school today. Whoops, accidentally removed a road I didn't want to. There we go, that's near enough. And that's like a one-way road as well. Let's delete that. We've got like another little highway thing that's right next to... sorry, another little shopping area right next to your motorway. You don't want that. I like this idea of a bypass going round. So we'll see what we can do when we put things back in again. There we go, we're going to remove all of that. You've done it again here. A little road straight off your highway. Not a good idea, because that is going to cause traffic as well. There we go, and I think we're almost back to where we started. And then you've got these roundabouts here. Yeah, they're going to go. They're going to go as well. And did you enjoy my last episode? I went a bit mad in the last one. I did a Traffic Manager versus Natural Disasters City Fix. Lots of people enjoyed it. Lots of people are sourpusses and complained. This is not what I signed up for. It's not a normal City Fix episode. These are going to go. But it was such good fun. I was switching between the 2 point of views of fixing a city with Traffic Manager, and then I'd go in and use some natural disasters to fix it up. And it was such good fun. Really enjoyed it. And then we're probably going to look at this sort of area you've got going on here as well with your trains. We'll do that after. So, first of all, let us connect up these. And then we're going to have this road and this road here. You could have... Let's just try something here. Let's just grab that one. Okay, we're going to have that one coming out. Oh, we've got that as a one-way in, one-way round. No, that's just a one-way in road there. And that's one-way in. And that goes one way. Yeah, okay, we're going to change that. We want to make that two-way. Let's change that. Two-way, two-way, two-way. Let's have all of this two-way as well. And then we'll have this connect to your highway. Just sort of keep the traffic a little bit separate. So if we do that, and then we'll just take our normal highway roads, and we'll have that one go out to there, that one come into there. There we go. And then we just make sure that these guys aren't going to do any jiggery-pokery in there. We're going to take the lane mod. So we want only these to go right. You don't want left, you don't want left, you just want right. So they go straight on. And then that's fine. So it stops them doing a U-turn. So they can come in, join this highway. We'll get rid of that middle road there. And then they can split out. They can go there. This one here might not be needed, but we'll see. We'll see. So there we go. So that just sort of helps with that. There we go. So that moves that. I've just straightened this bit out here, straighten that bit out there. And then you can expand. You can have that road come out this way because you wanted to know about some ideas for expansion. Then you can do a similar thing here. Yeah, so that should work quite well for that traffic to get into there. And then, I mean, road connections across here. You've got some sort of odd little one-way roads here and there. I'll be honest, in a city of this sort of size, with the sort of traffic that you've got, I wouldn't really worry about sort of doing one-way roads like that in odd little places. It's not going to help. I can probably sort of see why you've done it. You've tried to stop traffic going to certain places. But I would really give the people as much option to get around as possible. So I'm going to remove all your one-way roads. If there's traffic that needs fixing, there's other ways to do it than just sort of randomly putting a one-way road in the middle. I mean, I don't... Oh, look, like this whole thing here is a one-way road. I mean, with good highway connections, they will start using those. So talking of which, so these guys here, they can come up there. We need some sort of highway connection up here. Okay, so there we go. I've got that in and hooked up to your highway. I then noticed that you've got this as a one-way road, which actually is quite a good idea to keep all of this traffic moving in the right direction. I'm just wondering which way in. Yes, they're going in the left and out the right. So you've got that going the right way round. Let's just connect this road back up again. We'll come back to this junction and have a look and see how it's performing. But yeah, so you've got those going one way round there, but then you've also got one way. So it goes in, along, and down, but then you've got this here. So they can't actually get in there unless they're coming from here or here. So you've made all of this one way as well, which I don't really think you need to do. So we're going to pick this road here that you've used nearby and upgrade all of this again, because you want to just give people options of where to go. One way works in one way works well in certain situations, but putting it in whole swathes of your city, I wouldn't. I mean, like this bridge over here, by doing that, you're stopping anybody from here sort of nipping across there. So let's see how that goes anyway. And then if we do need to add a little bit of one way in here and there, we can do that, can't we? Let's just change all of these. See, these guys, you're forcing them. You've got, I mean, here is where your main garbage is going to be coming from. So you're forcing them into here, which is your residential area. You want them to go out. And ideally, you'd like them to go out and straight onto the highway. There we go. And at the end of this, I'm just going to use one of the vanilla small roundabouts that you've got in the game. Let's pop that on there, delete that. And we can attach this up as well. Yeah, they can get in and out of there. That's fine. And then that's also going to add a little connection onto these guys as well. So they can get in there. They can get in there. And it starts to spread the traffic around like that. Yeah, there we go. So they can come in and out. And then we can remove these. I'm just wondering about connecting that up to over here. I mean, you could build off of there, and you've got another area you could build up. So that gives these guys an option to get in and out. This might get busy and need a roundabout. We'll see how that goes. So we've got the intersection connection for these. They're coming up to the highway. We've got one down here. We've got an intersection there, an intersection there. So now we need to get these guys and girls all connected up as well. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete this one here. Again, you've decided to randomly put some shops or something on the middle of your highway. Don't do that. There we go. That's a little lesson for new players. Okay, there we go. We've got that junction in there. As I said, a little bit close to this one, but it should be okay. And then I've used the opportunity to connect to here. I didn't realise because I was doing a top-down view. I added this junction in. And then I went down here and went, oh, you got a load of mountains. Because I was going to come straight and connect it there. But I sort of weaved around it. I mean, you can change that if you wish. And then we want to get some connections going here. I mean, again, you could just use the tiny round. Let's use the bigger roundabout, actually. And let's pop that in there. That should be okay. So that's automatically going to be the highway. There we go. And then we'll just do that thing with the lanes here again. Just to stop these guys. Like you can see here, they're going to go... Some are going to come down here and then switch back out onto the highway. Well, you don't need that. That's just silly. So in this case, they're wanting to go straight on. There we go. So we'll count that as straight on over there. Good, good, good. And then we want to connect this to down here. This park is probably going to be in the way. Let's just move that part to over there. What have you got over here? High schools. Yeah, spread those out. Don't put them all next to each other. Spread them out. If you have a look at your... Actually, we'll look over here. High schools. You've got quite a few. That's going to cause a lot of traffic in one area, but also you want the bonuses to be everywhere. So put one over here, one over there. Yeah, do that when you get into switching things around. So that's going to connect up. They're going to start moving. That's all connected everywhere. Maybe not the prettiest junctions, but as we say, we are using what you've got. So we're going with what you've built. Let's just make sure all your electricity and stuff is still connecting up. Okay, so that's going to connect everything up. So this is connected, this is connected, this is connected. You could have this road come underneath the highway here. And then expand this area if you wanted, or have another highway junction. You could do that. This is all connected. This is connected, and that's connected. So everything at the moment is connected. You could do a few more through roads, is what I was trying to say. So if we, for instance, get this one, there's nothing wrong with through roads. So we could sort of go to there, and then we could curve that round to there, and that will connect up. Let's have a look. You could do another one here. Let's put that on and curve that into there. So again, just gives them more connections. What's going on with the power? Is it just that the game's running slowly and not catching up? This isn't connected. That's what it is. Let's connect that. That should be fine. That's all your power connected. There we go. Okay, so let's just take a look at the traffic. So we're at 46%. We need to let the game run a bit and think about what's going on, like these guys here. Walkie-balkie lane changing. These are stopping. Do we have traffic lights in here? No. Oh, they can't go over. That's why. What we're going to do is just use this junction here to say, look, go straight across. Ignore that that's a junction. And then you're coming in here. You're going along there. You're hitting all of this. Yeah, you see this being a big highway interchange. I would make that a roundabout. But what I'm going to do is let it run for a bit. And just see how it goes, because everybody's now got new different ways to go, and we're going to see whether this all helps. Okay, while the game's running, I've connected this up, by the way, I hadn't. Places like this where you've got connections too close to each other, I would definitely not do that. I would just move that connection along. Let's actually select the correct road. There we go. I would move that connection along just a couple of little blocks along here like that. Do you have the same at the other end? Yeah, like you've got two connections there. I would perhaps move that along to... let's see. I mean, there's a bit close to that. Just maybe off at an angle like that, just so there's a bit of space between those two, and it just gives everybody a bit of room to maneuver. And then, I mean, you've got all of your traffic coming off here for these guys, which is going to cause a bit of a pile up, but we'll see how that gets going once the game's been running for a while. Okay, something I forgot to do was just to go around all the roundabouts and add on the giveaway signs for the roads coming on. If you don't have Traffic Manager, you can do that using the traffic routes and then junctions, and then it's not as good, but just add stop signs in like that. It will slow down the traffic a little bit more as they will draw to a stop, then check if they will go and go. Whereas with the giveaway signs in Traffic Manager, they will pull up to the junction, and if they can go, they will go. They don't stop. But yeah, anyway, need to do that. And then the lane restrictions one here, we can say enter and enter. And yeah, don't worry about the junction. If you can keep going, do not stop. I've also added another highway junction for you over here coming off. And I'm going to change this little connection you've got here so it's not all going into the same place. Let's just remove that bridge. I mean, having this road flying over the top here wouldn't necessarily... Oh, there we go. Let's look at the traffic flow. What are we up to? 53%. Okay, it's only been running for a couple of minutes. So let's turn that off so I can actually draw my road. Let's see. If I go there and then there, is that going to let me do it? Let's do it that way. Curve that around. Yep, excellent. So they now go into there. They now go up there and keep moving. Very, very good. So... that's one thing we looked at. We were going to look at this as well along here. So you've got like a little bypass for trains coming in. But unfortunately what you've sort of... I mean, you're not getting any train traffic. So I might just leave it as it is. But what you've done is if this passenger train here wants to go to the passenger train station, it's got to go through the cargo trains. So actually, what I would probably do is something like this. Okay, I've removed your passenger train that you had here because I noticed you haven't got actually any internal train lines. You've just got, let's just put some electricity across here. There we go. You've just got intercity or trains from other cities coming in and hitting this section here. So not a good idea. You don't want that. And then what I've done here is I've just made it easy for people to get in and out of each of these. They can come in from this direction, go up, then they can come out and they can pick which direction they want to go. They can come in from this direction, then come out either way. I've done the same there. And as long as you leave a nice big gap between your junctions for your train, so a nice big gap here, so the line is long enough for a train to fit into, then that will work quite well. Normally you can get away with one cargo train terminal, but... we've got two, so we'll see how that goes. And then I would put your intercity train, maybe build a little section off of here and have your train come in, and they can take the highway and choose where to go in your city. That normally works out better. Just having a quick look at your mass transit, you do have buses. You've got 50 vehicles on this line for only 23 passengers because it's got 16 stops. That is way, way, way too many. Let's just see where that line goes. So it literally goes everywhere. I think you've got it around the whole of this thing. Yeah, that's not how you want to do bus lines. I am going to put that all the way down to 3 vehicles. That's more than enough because each can hold... well, you've got bigger ones. So, yeah, that's more than enough. You've got 5 vehicles in this one with only 4 stops. So what I would do for your transit, for your buses, is have a main... I mean, you've got metros. Have a quick look at that. 2 metro lines. Have you got anybody waiting much? Not really. That's good. So they're taking care of it. I'll leave that on 5 vehicles. That's fine. And not many people waiting there. So that's good. So you've probably, by the looks of it, let's just close those down. Done like a bit of a loop. Yeah, you've got 2 loops going around. That's good. Stops in your industry. Excellent, that's good. You could have another loop here, or if you expand over there, do a counterclockwise, a clockwise loop, and then put another station next to this one where they can walk above ground and cross over, connect that to your other loop, and then that would work well. That's the way I do it, and that always works well for me. So your buses, that'll be better. That's going to take a heck of a lot of traffic off there. That's running okay. You've got no trains, ferry. So for your trains... yeah, bring your external trains into here and keep that on a separate line. Then you could always do an intercity train line. You could have one from here go into there, or maybe here. But you've got that covered with your metro, so I would leave it at that at the moment. Okay, something else you can do which will help. I've just spotted down here where these trucks were coming off the highway. There's bus stops along here. So what I've done is I've put a road in that's got bus lanes to keep the buses separate from the traffic. And then I've used Traffic Manager here. This one here to put vehicle restrictions. So the outside lane, if we select this one, this is the 3 lanes on that side and the 3 lanes on this side. This 3rd lane being this red bus lane. Oh, auto save. I've banned all other cars apart from buses. So no trucks, no cars, nothing else in the bus lane. So that's kept them moving nicely. And then over here, where you've got these roads, the same roads, the big roads going into big roads, I wouldn't do that. Have the big road around the outside, and then your little cross-through roads like this, downgrade them, because then what happens is trucks that need to go through will do. There we go. Let's do that. But ones that don't will stick to the main road. So that one's fine like that. Maybe have... actually, no, that's like a big cross-through road, isn't it? We'll come back to that one. But yeah, we'll put that back to what it was. There we go. And that also takes away the weird traffic lights. You get at the ends, does it? No, it doesn't. So we're going to have to do that manually. So you've got traffic lights and all these junctions along here. But what you really want is... let's remove those. And the same the other ends. That one will come back to... we'll take that away. Yeah, we'll take that away. That away. There. You want these guys to give way. So you want the ones coming off the smaller road to give way like that. And the main road has priority. So anywhere else in your city where you've got a similar setup, you could also do that yourself. Okay, so something else you can do, you've got like these main arterial roads now coming in. This one here, this one here. That one sort of goes to the middle. And then you've got these other ones that sort of loop around. Treat these main roads that go through the middle as a main road. So I've started doing the work on this one. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm removing all the traffic lights. That did have traffic lights. It had them there. It had it there. And then set the main road to have priority to go through. So these side roads have to give way. And that just keeps the main traffic moving, coming off the highway, coming from other parts of your city. There we go, we've done that one, as moving through. So I would then do the same over here as well. So remove those traffic lights, those, and those. That one there will leave and come back to, yes, and then give... these guys have to give way, and we've got priority on the main street. I mean, you are getting pretty busy. You've got a lot of... there we go. A lot of high-density residential here. And we've got growth as well, at 40,000, which is fantastic. You've got a lot of need for industry. So try and spread things out a bit as well. Have you got no electricity? No. So you've got, like, industry over here. Pop a bit over here. A little bit over here. Spread it out over your city. So people don't have to travel too far to things. That's going to help a lot. Right, I've also been going around the city adding in some roundabouts using the roundabout builder, which is a fantastic way to do it. So any junctions like this, you can see this is all backing up. They're all coming to this junction. It just needs to keep moving smoothly. So we'll pop that one in. Whoops, got a bit of an error there. It doesn't usually happen. Any buildings that are next to it are going to disappear anyway. And I would also give your roundabout some breathing space. So remove, say, businesses that far back on each side, just so you don't have trucks instantly stopping when they come off the highway. Let's put that one back in there, and it just gives everything room to breathe. In fact, I probably wouldn't have any down here at all. Keep that moving. There we go, look, and already this traffic's already going. And the good thing about the roundabout builder is it pops in automatically for you all the give way signs and all the junction restrictions. And I put a few of those around. Those two may be a little bit too close, but that's just the way it's gone. I guess you're going to disappear, are you? Yes, you are. So not going to worry about you. So we've got a couple there. I've now got a couple coming off the highways. This is at the top end where the industry was. Moving much better. Remove some of your industry from right next to the highway, but you can certainly put some more further down if you wish. This one here, I put a little one there, just a small one, just to keep things moving. Over here, those ones we had already. I would like to have, I mean, in the middle of your city, where you've got this road, this road, this road, all these roads coming in, I would like a highway in here. And do you know what? I'm actually looking at it, and I think, not a highway, a roundabout. I think we could actually do it, because you've only got this one road here, and it would just help everything move so much better. Let me just back up the game. And then I'm gonna put one in, and we'll see how things go. Okay, it's not pretty. You can work on this a little bit more if you like, but our main road that comes in up here, and this main road that comes in up here, this sort of mini main road here, and your big bridge that came down and just plonked right in the middle of the city, all go into this nice little roundabout here. People stopping there? No, they're fine. And also, because this is a highway road with no crossing and walking on it, we've put this little path over the top, so if they want to get from one side to the other, they can. We could turn off crossing on those junctions, but I'm not sure many people are going to be doing that. In fact, I am going to do it just because. So if we go for this one here, select that junction there and say no crossing, because they can use this one on the top. So that'll be fine. There we go. And no crossing, no crossing, no crossing. Excellent. There we go. So hopefully that will just keep that moving a little bit smoother around here. We've got a bit of a build up of traffic up there, but once that gets going, again, it's because you've got these sort of side. Well, that's your main road really, isn't it? But yeah. I'll tell you what we haven't done up here. Let's just grab that. Oh, yeah, I've done give way. So I've got traffic lights in as well. No, let's just pop this on so you can go through, you can go through, you can go through, you can go through. Keep that moving. Did I do that down here? Yeah, keep the main road moving at all times. That is what you want to do. Well, we're sort of jumping around between 70 and 75%. I think that's pretty good considering we started off at 45. There's a lot of sort of crossover junctions like this, which, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily build it like that to start off with. I mean, this one here looks quite busy as well. Do you know what I'm going to do here? I'm just going to give the guys on the main road priority. There we go. Let's keep those going. There's a lot of traffic there. You can keep going through. Yeah, so I've been sort of tinkering away. There's lots of little things that we could do differently, but I think that's quite good. 45% up to around between 70 and 75. This is all moving smoothly now. Your cargo traffic, trains are coming in and out with no problem. Like I said, you need to put back in your external train link. So maybe build an area up here suitable just for that with access straight to the highway to get around the rest of your city. Even perhaps a train station here and one over here. So I don't know, actually. Yeah, you've got Metro. So Metro's going to keep things going until you've expanded some more. And then you can expand on the other side of the highway as well. Don't feel like you need to fill up every single gap. Keep things spread out like you've got. But there we go. What do you reckon? What would you do differently? Let me know in the comments below. If you want your city fixed, check out the pinned comment like I said. And also check out the other video on the screen if you haven't seen it yet. My one where we use traffic mods or we use natural disasters to solve problems is well worth checking out. It's a bit of tongue-in-cheek fun. Thank you everybody for your continued support. I better move that out of the road before somebody gets hurt. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much. Take care everybody. Bye-bye.